Hi guys, Sunday blessings to you all. So I'm just coming on to do the Tarot and Oracle review video for you. So this week I'm going to be reviewing a brand new deck that I recently purchased, and it's a little bit of a gothic deck, this one. So if you like kind of quirky, unusual, a little bit dark and a little bit gothic sort of energy, this one is definitely going to be for you. So the deck that I'm going to be reviewing and showcasing for you is the Bones Arcana Tarot, and this is by Junaid Mortimer. So just going to show this here. Now this is a beautiful self-published deck, and I love self-published decks because they always inspire initiative, and I just wanted to sort of really show this one to you because it's really cool, it's really quirky, and I think it's going to really appeal to you kind of more twisted souls out there, you know. So it just says on the back here, this deck features 78 cards forming the Bones Arcana, illustrated by Junaid Mortimer. Trust your soul and trust your bones. The path is before you. You are not alone. So this is a deck that does encourage you to work with your own intuition a little bit. So we'll have a look at this and yeah, see what you think. Now I have to say that the actual tuck box of this is a really lovely matte finish, really lovely, it feels quite luxurious, love that side of things. You also get, and what I love with this, there's no hidden extras with this, there's one package price, you get a little book with this as well. Now the book is quite small, it's quite basic, and what you have in here is like kind of keywords for each of the cards and the different bits and pieces. But I like the fact that it's got what it needs, you know. It's not trying to be something it's not. It's a basic guidebook that gives you a little bit of something to work with, and that's kind of all you need. So that's nice that that's there, but there's no hidden extras because there are a lot of other decks where they would charge a separate price for this, but we don't have this with this deck, which I quite like. Now what I did like, which I wanted to share with you, Junaid is an artist that works with, I really hope I'm saying his name right, by the way, I think I am, but he's an artist that does all gothic styles, and it tends to be bone themed, so he doesn't just do decks, he does prints. And what I got was, with the thank you card that comes with the order, I got this beautiful image, which is a separate piece that obviously he does. Like I say, he does prints, he does kind of gift cards as well as individual kind of prints you can buy. So that was really nice. And then on the back it just says a little thank you there for purchasing the deck and to follow him on his various channels. So that's really nice to sort of have that. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. Now as we open this deck up, the only negative I will say with this deck, and it is a little bit of something I do have to talk about, it's the stock quality. You know, the stock quality of these cards, and I was a little bit upset because I will say this deck is £40, so it's not the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive. It's middle of the road price for me in terms of tarot, but it's enough, isn't it? And the stock quality, it's really thin, and the reason I don't like thin cards is because if you were going to be using this long term, if this was a deck that you're wanting to buy for long term use, if it's this thin on the stock quality, it's not going to last. So love the box, that's beautiful, that's a really nice thick kind of quality. It's a shame that we couldn't have had something similar follow through into the actual physical cards themselves, so that does let this deck down a little bit. So if you're a little bit like me and you like sort of the thicker energy of cards, just be prepared, these are quite thin, I will say, which it is a shame because it does detract a little bit, you know, because it is something that is, you know, going to affect the quality in terms of if you're using them all the time, they're going to get battered, they're going to sort of get splintered, and it's just something to be mindful of. That's the only negative I think with this deck, otherwise it's fabulous. So this is the back of the cards, traditional tarot size, which is lovely, a really lovely size to have. All that beautiful kind of artwork in the back. I love the black and white with the red. Those are the colours all the way throughout, and it's really kind of stayed with a sort of a theme throughout, you know, so it's not sort of diversified or changed or tried to be something it's not. It's got traditional attributes of Rider-Waite cards, so I'll show you these, but it's got its own sort of playful twist. So each card has got the number at the top, what it is at the bottom to the full. Like I say, it's got the attributes of Rider-Waite, but bone style. I just think it's really cool, it's really quirky. Obviously it is dark and gothic, so you know, if you're easily offended and if you don't like this sort of stuff, then it's not going to be for you. But for any of you kind of witches or gothic folk out there, or those that like quirky and unusual, this is definitely a deck worth having in the collection. And I do think that the artwork is really lovely, actually. You know, there's a lot kind of going on. There's a lot you can take from this and interpretate in your own format and in your own merit. So it's really, really nice. Okay, so obviously because I've not worked with this, because it's literally just arrived the other day, it's very fast delivery. I ordered it like, I think, what, Saturday, and it was with me on Monday. Oh no, it would have been Tuesday because we had a bank holiday. I must have ordered it on Sunday then, because it literally came within like a few days. So it was really quick coming. I really like this one, the strength card, that they've got the energy of the lion, but they've also got the bones of the lion. That's really clever. So this is a very well thought out deck, you know, it's lovely. I really, really like it, I have to say, you know. So it will be a deck that I will use actually a little bit, and I'm just going to have to hope that it's going to stand the use, if you like, that I'll be putting it through, which hopefully it will. But yeah, you can see all the traditional values of, you know, traditional Raider weight, like I say, but with the attributes of the twist that they've placed upon it. So I do think this is really, really nice. I'm really glad to have this deck in the collection. This is really clever with the two. We got like the devil and coming in, but being able to sort of depict the different styles of wing and energy, like almost like the light and the dark. That's really clever. I really like that. So like I say, it's a very, very clever, well thought out piece of work, this one. And as I say, it's a deck that does encourage you to work with your own intuition, but because the imagery is quite detailed, there's a lot of different bits you can take from this, you know. And if you can sort of read traditional tarot already, it's not going to be too complicated. Like this one, very similar to the traditional version of that. So you can take so much sort of stuff. So I think it's really cleverly done. I think it's a really well presented deck, I have to say, this one, you know. So for me, the artwork is a clear 10, definitely a 10. And I love to celebrate people that aren't scared to do things a little bit different, because this is quite out there. It's, you know, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It's a bit like Marmite, I think, with these kind of decks. You either love them or you hate them, particularly when they are quite gothic and quite dark. But they are fabulous. So I want to show you like enough of these. Again, very similar to traditional Raider weight, if you were to compare them. I love the fact that they've got, and it's really interesting because I don't actually usually like red as a colour. Red is actually my least favourite colour, so I'm really surprised I actually like this as much as I do, but it just does work really well. So obviously we're going through the suits here so you can sort of see. I just want to show you enough of these so that you can get the idea. The Queen makes me laugh in this because she's got hair. I just saw that and it really made me chuckle. Oh, that's quite funny. Okay, so that's all of the wands. I'm not necessarily going to show you all of these, but I just want to show you like enough. We're getting into cups then. Like I say, just want to show you enough so you can get the idea. I'll show you like a few cups, a few of each suit, I think. Again here, very traditional to normal Raider weight. So they've actually been very respectful to traditional tarot when you think about it, really. Okay, I'm going to fast track a few of the cups and then I'm going to go into swords, because I just want to show you enough of each, but I don't want to show all of them because I want to keep some back as a surprise in case you decide to purchase this yourself, you know. So we're going into swords here. That's quite gruesome, obviously, as you can see. The energy of that. Again here, very, very traditional to normal Raider weight, but again, it's so easy to read when it's like that. It's a clever deck. I like it. It's actually probably one of my favourites in terms of self-produced artwork, because they've really sort of tried to sort of keep everything readable. Some decks become so arty-farty, you almost can't actually read them because they just detract too much from what's actually in question. But here they've really worked hard to keep everything, which is nice. So I like it. It's a deck I could easily work with, and I think I will be. You'll be seeing this a lot more if you have readings with me in the near future. So I'm just going to show you a couple of these pentacle cards. See if there's any favourites coming in. That's a nice one. Just want to sort of show you a couple of these so you can get the idea. And then that is really going to be the deck in its entirety. Okay, so I'm going to leave some back as a surprise, just in case you decide to purchase this yourself. Now, as ever, I'm going to sort of channel the cards for the highest of good. Because they're a beautiful size, they do glide really well. And even though they're on a bit of a thin side stock quality, actually it doesn't take too much from them. Now, because they're all in their suit orders, I'm going to give these a really, really good shuffle, a really, really good mix-up. Oops. I'm going to drop the whole lot then, just to make sure that we know that we're channeling the correct message for this Sunday, and more importantly, this will follow through for the week ahead. Oops. Ooh. Okay, these are a bit lively here at the moment. I have cleansed them, by the way. I have saged them, as I always do when I get a new deck, because you never know what kind of energy these might be carrying, both positive and negative. Okay, so now I feel like I'm ready to actually receive a card. So let's see. Oops, oh, that's just literally popped itself out. So that's decided it wants to be. Oh, hang on, we've got too many there. That's too many that's come together, so I'll redo that. I thought I had one then. I'll know when I do, because it will literally just pop into my hand like that, very matter of fact. Oh, nice, Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is a lovely kind of card when it shows. So I love the little kind of cat and dog we've got down the bottom in them there, and sort of bone energy. So what we'll do, we'll look at this in the book and we'll see what the book tells us, what the book has to sort of say. Now, like I said, the book is quite basic. What it just says here on the front, you've got this nice little bit of stuff. I was seeing if there was anything about the artist himself. They haven't put anything like that in there. So they're letting the deck do all the talking, which is cool, which is fine. But I will just read this out to you. So it just says the bones Arcana. Trust your soul and trust your bones. The path is before you. You are not alone. The tarot is a tool to unlock your intuition. The symbols of this deck is inspired by the original Rider-Waite tarot created by occultist Arthur Edward Waite in 1910. The deck consists of 78 cards divided into two sets. The 22 cards of the major arcana and the 56 cards of the minor arcana, which are divided into 4 suits: wands, cups, swords and pentacles. This booklet contains brief divination meanings for the cards, but there is no right or wrong way to read them. So it is all about trusting your intuition with this deck, which is fine. So what we've got to do, because this is coming in from the suits, we've got to find the suit section at the back here. It's right at the back. Okay, so it just says, so it's got like an upright meaning, and then it's got a reversed meaning if you choose to read tarot upside down. I don't personally, but a lot of people do. And with the reverse meanings, it's usually taking the positive attributes of tarot into slightly more of a negative space. But upright, so what's coming in for us here, it just sort of says wealth and completion, success and efforts rewarded, and a stable family home. So that's what I would normally take from this, you know, it's almost like everything's clicking into place, everything's flowing, there's a great sort of positive dynamic, and you can just live your best life. I'm feeling very blessed through physical, monetary abundance as well as emotional abundance. So hence why they're in love, they've got all the creature comforts around them. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now, if you would read tarot upside down, and if this was to come out reversed, this says robbery, financial loss or downfall. So like I say, it's basically flipping it to the other side. But I prefer to read tarot in a positive light. That's just a personal preference, because I think tarot is so direct. If it's got a message to say, it will tell us. So this week, guys, if you've been struggling financially, if you've been up against anything, if you feel like you've been hitting your head against a brick wall, everything is starting to evolve, everything is starting to blossom and grow, and things are starting to fall into place. Luxurious living. I think as the world continues to open up around us, you know, things are going to go good again. Life's going to go back into a place of balance, harmony. We're going to start to be able to actually remember what it was like to live. That sort of feeling, it's all coming back in. So I'm going to leave that card with you. I hope it resonates and makes sense for you lovelies. So overall, this deck would have been a clear 10. Because of the stock quality, I'm going to deduct a few points. So I think it's a 10 for the artwork, but as an overall collective, it's probably like an 8. Because the other thing, whilst this is a lovely top box, and this actually is a really good sort of one, because some of them are really sort of poor, this is of high quality, the tuck box, so I love that. But the price for this combined is £40, and for £40, personally, I think stock quality could have been that little bit more higher. There's only sort of slight negative, but otherwise, it's an amazing deck. So if you like the weird, if you like the unusual, check it out, because it's a great one to have to the collection. It's a self-produced deck as well, so it's nice to have something that not every other Tom, Dick and Harry has kind of got. I'll put the link to this on the bottom. I got this off Etsy direct, so I'll put the link up should you wish to sort of purchase this yourself. But it's the Bones Arcana Tarot. Check it out, by Junaid Mortimer. Oops. A great quirky little deck there. So I'm going to leave it with you. Enjoy it, see how it resonates, see what you think, and catch you again soon. Much love. Bye for now.